And good morning, and welcome to Touch Base Daily. And I'm going to bring on my co-host here today.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. What's going on? How are you, Chris? And welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foster. I'm here to touch base with you every day, except for Sundays. And Saturdays, I'll be on here just like vibing. But every day except for Sunday. So welcome to Touch Base Daily, and welcome to our wonderful Chris, which is our
What's up,
weekly
sir?
host. What's going on, sir?
Man, how you
No,
doing today?
you have Chris and Ronald Clay Edwards.
Oh, you know what? I never changed that. Hold on one second. I'll change it right now. That was from
That was from your show, the conference
yeah.
call, which was hilarious with you guys talking about the runway
There we
show. I
go.
was dying laughing. You
We
guys
had fun. That was fun.
yeah.
Listen, that was not planned. Literally maybe about 5-10 minutes before we went on, I was like, he was like, I should come on. I said, come on. And then he came on, and then as we're logging into the rooms, Brian was there setting up for Rex. I was like, you should just join. This is making a party. It was fun.
I said you guys were hilarious. I said it's not just three of them. Now it was five of you.
And it could have been 6 because TJ was at a friend's house, the guy who has come on in the past with us, but he had another meeting, so he couldn't jump on. So it could have been a whole gaggle of us.
And you guys were saying, he looked like he was in a jail cell, like
Yeah.
like he was in some kind of he was on a mission somewhere.
Or
Okay,
a
let's
really
in the
nice
room.
porta potty.
I see Omar's in the room. He says, "Good morning, kids." And I see also Lisa's in the room. She says, "Good morning, guys." And Bryson's in the building. Yes. What's up, Ron? What's up, Chris? What's up, RLP fam? What's up, CQ fam? And good morning from our wonderful Miss GR Houston Jack. And Amparo says, Grand Rising. Every time I see Amparo with that, it reminds me of my brother. My brother says the same exact phrasing every morning. Good morning, Charlene. Charlene is in the building. How are you guys doing? Rex is in the building. Speaking of the conference call.
Oh, he's in there?
The Rex D is in the building. He is in our feed right now. Let's see here. Who else? Let's check on the Instagram feed and see what's going on in Instagram world. Instagram, there's some people over there, but they're moving over here. So if you are in Instagram, come on over to our Touch Base Daily on YouTube. All you have to do is put in YouTube search Touch Base Daily, and it pops on up. So we're that popular now. So come on over. So there's a lot in the news. So we're going to talk about news today. Today's Thankful Thursday. So we will at the end conclude with our thankfulness. Why are we thankful and what we're thankful for? But in the news, I think you guys should know what's going on in the news. So I have a couple of headlines for you. First, up to the bat. Are any of you guys having some mobile phone outages around the country? What's going on? Let me remove Chris for a moment as he roams around the house. But what are you guys doing? Do you guys have any mobile outages this morning? Any mobile outages? Can we talk about the Trump sneakers? Oh, yes, we can. We can. Oh, yeah, let's talk about those golden slippers. But has anyone suffered any AT&T Verizon outages? They say there's an outage across the country. T-Mobile they thought had an outage, but the T-Mobile people said that they are good. But there may be some people, and probably if they have an outage, they probably can't see us. So unless they are on the internet, they said there are no internet problems, but there is cellular problems. Okay, so y'all come on over to the YouTube. Yes, right, Bryson. Tell the folks, y'all come on over to the YouTube all the way from the Instagram page. Yes, you get a better experience here on YouTube. Better experience. And I see all the greetings going on. G says no mobile outages. I'm on Verizon. Okay, okay. I'm on T-Mobile/Sprint. Says Amparo. Amparo, I used to be a Sprint T-Mobile person, but I am no longer. But that is okay. So it seems like everyone's doing good. Everybody's here, and we're gonna bring our Chris back on. Okay, here he goes.
Sorry about that.
Chris had a little straightening to do.
I had one of my lights went out. I had to fix that real quick.
Oh, so can we?
So hold on, before I just kind of touch on what you were saying. So it was an AT&T and Verizon outage. It happened. It started around 4:30 this morning, and it was nationwide. So it's spotty. It's not affecting everyone. We're we're on Verizon and we're okay here, but it seems to be a nationwide issue. This is when you realize how dependent you are on your, not just your phone, but your cellular network.
Oh yeah, because they said also people they rely on their cellular network for their hotspots when they are working off campus. So when people are running around, they need their hotspots.
And a lot of people now are cutting the cord completely and using Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile as their internet for in-home. They're not plugging into a cable coaxial anymore. They're actually using cellular service coming into their box and distributing internet service throughout their house. So,
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Did not know that. And so here we go. And I know you guys are gonna love this one. But before we go there, I just want to bring some serious stuff to the forefront. We also have for women's health, and couple health, people that want to have children. Alabama Supreme Court ruling that frozen embryos are children can affect the IVF fertilization. And so what's happening is a lot of families that rely on this to have children may not be able to have it in the future.
They're coming for women's rights, people. Listen, you might not think that this is huge. This is monstrous, because think about it. What they're saying is that every embryo that's created that's in a freezer right now is a human being that's alive.
It's a child.
So in the past, say you have extra embryos left over. It's up to the family to decide what they want to do with them. If they want to keep them frozen or they want to destroy those embryos so no one else can use them. Now, basically, what they're saying is that you can't destroy those because they're actual human beings. And on top of it, people are deciding now either can they afford to do this? Does it make sense legally for them to do this because they don't want to have to deal with those issues later on down the road? Or do they just want to leave the state of Alabama and go somewhere where they know that they have reproductive rights? And all this came about because of an accidental incident. Someone who was an employee at a fertility bank dropped a tray of embryos, and people lost, their embryos. It was a mistake, but now they're trying that. The reason for that ruling is because they're trying that person for involuntary manslaughter. I believe it is, which I think is way extreme. Like, it wasn't intentional. It was an accident. Should these people be compensated? Absolutely, yes. But I don't think that you should be prosecuting this person and throwing them in prison for attempted manslaughter.
Murder. Yeah,
it's crazy. This country is going cuckoo.
Yeah, there's a portion of our country going cuckoo, and it's unfortunately they have the loudest voices, and they are crazy enough to be out there making the stinks and the movements to make things happen. The rest of us who are sane, we're just, most people are just sitting back and not saying anything. Most people are just sitting back and just saying, you know what, that don't affect me, so why should I get involved? Well, Alabama Supreme Court ruling that frozen embryos are children and can affect IVF. And so that means all the folks that want children and they use IVF, they may not be able to, because they said also it's going to affect the pricing, it's going to affect the healthcare, it's going to affect also If doctors do it, then they may be put in jail. Yeah.
I believe one of the universities in Alabama is actually
Yes.
they've taken action already.
Yes.
Like they've stopped procedures.
Elise says it is unfortunate that the press is pushing the craziness. This is true because crazy sells papers. Crazy sells. I
Yeah.
see here. Amber Paul says manslaughter. People done lost their minds in the Roll Tide state. Yes, indeed. So that's in the news. So guys, keep abreast of what's going on there. Also in the news happening. If you have not seen this one, it's called the ex-FBI informant Alexander Smirnov. And that what it turns out to be is that this whole case that, you know, the Republicans have been trying to impeach Biden on all these, you know, cases that they want to put before him to impeach him, that everything that this man, Alexander Smirnov, has said, he was an informant for the FBI, he's an ex-FBI informant, was a lie. He only simply was sharing Russian propaganda, Russian
And he was
lies.
being informed by Russians.
Yes. Yes.
So this whole thing that Congress is doing to try to impeach Biden and then smear his son
name
is all on this one man who now has been proven to be uncredible.
Yeah, that everything he said over the last 10, 12 years has been lies. Lies after lies.
I mean,
all propaganda.
He's an informant, and that's typically what they do because he has a deal.
Yeah. And so now the debate is: do they let him free or do they keep him in jail?
No, but here's the thing: like, they put all the eggs in this one basket on this man's unimpeachable testimony, and now that it's come out that it's impeachable, oh well, that's not the only thing we have, you know. No, we're still gonna move forward. Like, you guys make it make sense. Like,
they're so stupid. The Republicans are so freaking stupid.
They don't have a clue what they're doing. They have no clue.
Instead of passing laws and legislation, this is what they are hung up on.
Yeah.
The least productive Congress in American history.
Ever.
No laws passed. I think only 6 laws were passed in 2023. 6. So that brings me to my next thing. What do you guys think? I mean, I'm curious. What is the connection between the Republican Party and the Russians? What is it? Because it seems to be that anything that represents Russia, the Republicans are doing everything in there for the Russian being in favor of the Russians. For instance, not passing the bill for the border bill that has also Ukraine ammunition in it. Ukraine just lost one of their cities 2 days ago to the Russians because they did not have enough ammunition. They did not have the money they needed to get the weapons that were necessary. Sad. Now, that doesn't mean I'm about war. I think war is a horrible thing, but at the same time, I do believe that countries have to protect themselves. And Ukraine needs to protect themselves from what Russia did. No country has the right to invade another country. What do you guys say about that in the community? I'm curious. Do you see these overlaps? Even when you think about in 2016, when Trump he announces Russia, if you have anything on the 3,000 emails, I mean, there's always been this connection. Also, when Navalny was killed, Trump said nothing. As a matter of fact,
he compared himself.
He compared himself as being the victim, like Navalny.
Like, this man has no moral scrupulous, and he will turn anything to make it seem as though he is a victim. Like, this man died for other people, and yet Trump is turning it into something that is about him. Like, it's cringeworthy how disgusting and despicable this man is. It's all right. I'm done. Because I don't want to go there.
And he said he was paid by Russia. Yes. What else? Yeah, I mean the connection is amazing. The fascination is bizarre and concerning. Why is it that everything that the Republicans are aiding Russia? Is it? Can you believe it that we are living in this day and age?
Yeah.
Here we go. They says Russia wants their puppet back in office. Absolutely, absolutely. Now I know what that word means. Nincompoop and Russians are partners. Very obvious. The nincompoop. Yes.
Look, this is a continuation of the 2016 elections. I mean,
Exactly.
this has been going on for years, and you would think that these Republicans would be able to see this coming from a mile down the road. How is it all of a sudden you get all this information that this quote unquote gives you all the ammunition you need? Like, you're falling for the same tricks over and over again.
But they don't care. They use the tricks because they think the tricks are going to help them. But at the
They
end
want
of the
power,
day,
like you want power so badly.
it's
not even power. It's not even power, because they have part of Congress and they still can't do anything with it. Nothing. They've done nothing.
This morning they interviewed, or last night they walked. The media went up to John Johnson. I think it's John Johnson. And sweaty armpits, shirt wearing, no blazer. Is it John Johnson?
No, that doesn't sound familiar. You mean the Democrat?
No, Republican.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's Johnson. I know his last name. I know it's Johnson's. Senator Johnson. Anyway, he's the one with the, always wears the white shirts and sweaty armpits. And
he doesn't wear a t-shirt, but anyway.
Him and said that, doesn't this throw your case out the water? Doesn't this throw your case like this is, if your whole case is based on lies, that you would throw the impeachment out the water. Oh, no, we're going to still work with it. It's crazy. The insanity. Rex says, I assume the Republicans admire the social and hierarchy power instantaneous by the Russian government. What's going on, Dr. Tachi? Dr. Chachi's in the building. She says, good morning, my brothers.
Good morning.
The trucks are working, fortunately. Okay, get back to, okay. That's what true, that's what true narcissists do. And that's in regard to Trump taking on, he is comparing himself to a hero, a Russian hero. That is martyred for the people. And so speaking of the orange face, golden clown, can we talk about?
Put up Lisa's comment.
What did Lisa say? What does Lisa say?
You'll see it's the last one that just came in. Yes.
What about the new correspondent saying the golden sneakers are great for blacks because we love sneakers? I
saw that this morning, and I'm just like, they actually have a panel of people listening to this person and agreeing that, this is good. Trump knows his people, and he's giving them these sneakers. Well, excuse me, he's selling them these sneakers. One, it's supposed to be for the inner city demographics he's going for, and the fact that he's giving them or allowing them to purchase $400 sneakers, that's an actual guarantee that they're going to vote for him. One, those sneakers are ugly, gaudy. Two, someone pointed out that he probably has another lawsuit coming because there's some copyright infringement on the red bottoms that are Louis Vuittons, and then also that gold style was from someone else. I don't remember who it was, but he might have some issues with that. And then it's an ugly pair of sneakers. Who the hell's going to buy that? And why do you think that black people automatically love those sneakers? Such crap.
Well, you saw what happened at I think it was in Philadelphia at SneakerCon.
They were booing him.
They booed him. They said boo. But he says, "Oh, this is an interesting reaction." Trump is an idiot. But it goes to show you because he is running out of money. I mean,
that's all that is.
Going to have to pay already up to $800 million between all of the cases that are going
Money
on, and
grab.
the interest is accumulating every day.
Yep.
But do you
It's
like
just,
those
it's just
sneakers?
money
Does
grab.
anyone like the sneakers in the audience? Does anyone
They're
like
hideous.
sneakers in the community?
And the fact that he went to sneaker con where you've got legit sneaker connoisseurs there and presented that, no wonder he got booed.
Anyone?
He's
Do we have any
disgusting.
sneaker lovers? We will love you still. We will still love you. Oh my God, those sneakers are awful, awful.
Yep.
But what
And
was
that's
even
just there to fund him.
crazier is that they cost 400, what, 499?
400, I think it was $400.
$400. So that's $400 for a pair of sneakers. That's hideous. But number two, who's Trump? He's not even, I mean, what, he think he's Louis Vuitton, or he think he's
Hold on.
Gucci, or
As he put it, this is something he's been wanting to do for years, and he's finally been able to do it. And then also, you actually had someone that paid $9,000 for those
no,
pairs of sneakers.
I was gonna say someone paid $9,000 for the first one to be.
I can't wait for them to fall apart.
Oh, Shirley says you will never see anyone in the hood wearing those. Please, exactly. Oh my gosh, the racism is no longer covert. It's not. I mean,
It's not.
even down to the sneakers. He put the red bottoms on them. That's what Elise said. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. That is a fringe.
Copyright infringement.
Right?
Well,
Copyright.
that's an infringement. He might have a lawsuit on his hands for that one.
Another lawsuit. Another
Louis Vuitton to go
lawsuit.
after him.
G says this dude is pushing sneakers and cologne, and I was looking at my MS. Well, I was looking at my CNN, and right in I look at my YouTube CNN, and what popped on the screen? Donald Trump's voice pushing his bobbleheads. A bobblehead man that is like a Terminator. It's the Trumpinator. I
mean, he's a snake oil
grifter.
Listen, he's a snake oil salesman. I mean, literally, that's what he's doing. He's going from town to town selling his snake oil, and his people are eating it up. And then when they're broke and destitute, he is not going to come by to help you.
He's taking money from them. Kimmy says,
and they don't even have it to give.
Yeah, no. Kim says, propaganda to get black people on his side. Like, I don't know how that makes sense to get black people on your side by selling sneakers. I don't get it. What else is on here? What else you guys to say? That's a good one. Elise, Emparo, thank you for that one. That was a good suggestion.
So what's next? Is he going to sell candy at the local candy store, the bodegas? Because I mean, that's where the black people are, obviously.
She says, don't nobody want those trash sneakers. I am peeping those new Fenty X Pumas kicks though. Oh gosh. I see here. What is this? Oh, here we go. He pushed stakes and education systems too. Yeah, the guy is off the wall.
And those didn't work out well for him either. Neither one of those are in existence.
He is a 1865 caricature. How dreadful. This was just really a good. I knew you guys would have a good time with this subject. This is why we have our Thursdays. And sometimes I'm like, we're going through the week because Mondays is Motivation Monday, Tuesdays is Tip Tuesdays, Wednesdays we have our guests. And speaking of our guests, did you guys enjoy yesterday's guests? I
missed yesterday's show.
Oh my God!
I have to watch the replay.
We had Kamal X is absolutely an amazing guy, and he shared, his book. Share the information behind his book, some good tips, some good thoughts, some good wisdom. It was great. So did anyone see yesterday's Touch Base Daily, our Wisdom Wednesday? Did anyone enjoy wonder? I know you guys. I don't have to say did anyone enjoy. I know you did because I enjoyed having Kamal X on yesterday. Oh yeah, Dr. Tachi, you better watch this one. You're gonna love Dr. You're gonna love talking to. I mean, you know what? Interesting to me, Dr. Tachi, is that I know you interview different people in media and all this stuff. I wonder, would books be considered media? Like when someone publishes a book, would
Yeah.
that be considered media, part of entertainment and media? I would suggest to you, Dr. Tachi, that you one day put Mr. Kamal X on your roster of people to interview. Just very knowledgeable of media and knowledgeable of the trends and knowledgeable of Instagram. And we didn't even get into his knowledge of Instagram and the algorithms and all the other stuff. Such a very just full of insights. Check out the video and then send him a hello, Dr. Tachi. That is to you, Dr. Tachi. Jamal says, powerful exchange yesterday. I left feeling so inspired. Now you got Mr. Jamel Shabazz saying he was inspired. I loved the moment with Kamal. Sorry, I'm saying Kamal. Jamel, Kamal, Jamel, Kamal. Kamal X was excellent. I enjoyed his time. And just so you know, I mean, just in case you missed it, I'm just gonna have to reach over. And again, this is his book that he it's a coffee table book. It is
Oh,
so beautiful, well done. The colors is worth mentioning twice. It's all the photos during COVID from 13 cities, different places around the country during COVID and the fight for equality and justice. And it's called Black Astronaut. And he uses the theme of how we photographers, when we were out in the streets, and I felt exactly like he said, we were out in the streets photographing the Black Lives Matter movement. And for all of us, we photographers, we were concerned about our health. So we had to wear double mask. We wore, we did everything we could to protect ourselves as we photographed the most historical event of our time when
so
it
wait,
comes to civil rights.
I'm loving the discussion in the comments between a few people here. Like they're talking about the Tennessee GOP, how they're out of control. Arizona's DA refusing to send back a killer to New York. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh yes, I did hear about the Nevada not sitting back. It was Arizona or Nevada? It's Arizona?
I think it's Arizona.
Yeah, okay, maybe it's Arizona not sending back the person
Arizona.
that committed crimes to New York and extraditing him. And yeah, there's a lot going on. They start losing their minds.
The other one is, and actually, Gwendolyn posted this one, and I'm not familiar with it. I probably don't know it. That's the one.
Since we're discussing 2024 overtly racist acts, what about Tennessee's GOP blocking Allison Russell's resolution? I don't know the subject. How did this escape me?
I think I've heard about it, but I'm not sure if it's the same thing. Gwendolyn, can you just elaborate a little bit more?
Welcome to pop on here if you want to. I can send you an invite. I'm going to do it right now. If you're in a place, I know, my ladies in the audience, they have to, they're like, oh, I'm not ready. I'm not presentable for the camera. So I'm sending you this to your G account, Miss Gwendolyn. So if you so decide to come on and talk about this subject, I don't know this subject.
I think I heard about it because I believe it was on like MSNBC, but I don't remember the full story behind it. I don't want to get it wrong.
Yeah, so I try not to talk about what I don't know. So I'm gonna leave that one alone. But
come on, Gwendolyn, jump on
that one. We got a pin on it until Gwendolyn comes on and talks about and kind of like enlighten us on this subject. It looks like Elise knows about it. Yeah, there's a lot going on around the country, y'all. There's a lot going on in the country. Oh, Lisa says she ordered the book. Yes, right, Lisa. You're gonna love that book. Lisa ordered Black Astronaut. I'm so happy. Yeah. See that's good. Of his book should be around. Oh, G bought her book too. G bought a book too. Oh, look at you guys buying books. Look, that's how you support your photographers. Buy their books. Buy their books. Yes, that's how we do it. We support our photographers, our creatives, our artists. But since we are a photography community, that's really my big aim, is to build community among photographers and photography lovers. So definitely. Where's the link? I sent the link to you. I sent it to your G account, Miss G. I sent to your Gmail account. I'll send it again. I'll send it one more time so we can get Miss G in the building. Here we go. I'm sending it again. I'm sending it again. Okay, there we go. It's sent. So I know you know how to work this. I know how you know how to work this magic. So at least
He's a pro.
She's a pro. Gwendolyn is a pro at this stuff. So we know we know she's when she gets the link, she'll be on. Hey Kelly's in the building. What's going on? And hey, Elsie is in the building. Elsie Lega.
Hey.
Elsie is
What's
in the
up?
building. She's talking about the Arizona disgusting and racist. Elsie says that about the Arizona case. Well, not the Arizona extradition to New York, the person.
What a lot of these Republicans and Republican figures are forgetting, all these things that they're doing because they're in a position of power now. There will come a day when you won't be, and you do not want that to happen to you, what you're doing to other people. So be mindful. Granted, Democrats tend not to be very spiteful, but listen, turnaround is fair play.
Look, you know what? There is one thing about the Democrat Party. Oh, here she comes. Here she comes. Let me see if she's got herself situated first. Your hair did? You all ready? You all ready? My office wife is in the building. Miss G.
Hey.
I'm semi situated. So obviously I'm getting ready to film today. Today's a content creation day. So my lights are behind me, but I've turned the laptop a little bit, but you're not worried about that. But I have a bra on, so that's good.
Tell us what's going on with this case.
Okay, so in Tennessee, with the Grammys, they had two winners. They had Paramore and Allison Russell. And Allison Russell is a Black queer artist. And so Representative Jones, Brother Jones, brought up these resolutions to just, show some love and support because they had two Grammy winners. Paramore's resolution was passed, not a problem. When they brought up Allison Russell, they were like, we need to talk about this. And they blocked it. And so it has to start all over again. And it's so overtly racist. Like, they both won the Grammys. Why would you not support this one, but you supported the other? You had no questions, no concerns whatsoever. And they didn't even give a reason as to why they blocked it. Right?
They don't need to.
Russell is... Oh, go ahead.
No, you guys, it's just obvious, but go ahead.
It is obvious. So Paramore, their lead singer, what's her name? Haley something. Don't quote me on that, but Haley something. She actually spoke out about it. Allison Russell is not giving it any energy, and I don't blame her. When you're used to certain things, you got to put your heart, your mind, like where it really feeds you versus this is stuff that they do. I mean, it's Tennessee. They have done more things that we can even talk about this year, and it's just February. Right, okay. It's like, damn, I'm exhausted. It's just February.
Tennessee, these southern states, they're trying to they look. Trump has given them a license to come out the woodworks.
Yeah.
And these old Klan families, these old traditional Klan members, these old racist rednecks, they are on a move to definitely trying to make a stance. But we're not going to have it. The rest of the country is not going to have it.
Well, we hope so. I mean, there is so much happening right now, and it's like you guys mentioned. These little pack of dogs have a really loud bark. They are the loudest. So I don't know why we don't say as much. Maybe we are. Maybe we believe in the moving and silent. I'll just show you. Like when the time comes, I'll just show you. But the last thing I was reading on yesterday, and I didn't finish it, is, of course, my state. God bless my state. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Oh, yes, I need a drink for
God
that.
Bless us.
God bless you.
Abbott is trying to hook up with Oklahoma to create this goddamn border wall. Don't nobody care about that wall. Like, don't nobody care about that wall. No offense. Like, that's not our problem. They are not bringing in drugs. Everybody know there's no war on drugs. Cut it out. So, but just... But yeah, so that's what I'm reading on. That is other Texas.
What they need to do is build a wall around their homes so that they can't get out. How about that?
How about we build a wall around Texas? And
wait a minute, hold up. Wait a minute. Now, just in case you guys are not aware, I mean, this is a Texas thing, but there is this movement. These people have been around for forever, trying to have Texas secede from the United States. Forever. And they feel as if there is more movement behind it. Like there are more people who are like, yes, the government's not doing their part, protecting us. We should just secede. I don't know where what would you do? Like what exactly
would you use the rest of the country for the tax dollars?
No, not even that. They need a supporting grid so that they don't go into darkness. Hello, you can't do it on your own.
Yeah. So,
that is also why, with the border crisis, they tried to bring in the Dakotas, Montana, Wyoming to be a part of the secession from the United States. Texas is leading the way, as usual, to succeed from the Union.
Yeah, this last measure, I think it had like 170,000 signatures. Now we're a big state, so keep that in mind, right? I mean, 170,000 is just
huge.
But people are like, no, this is going to happen. They're thinking possibly by like 2030, possibly. I don't know where they're getting that from, but there are other persons in the state who are trying to get us to connect with the overall electrical grid, because we can't have what we had happen back, what was that, 2021? We can't have that. So I'm all up on what's happening here in Texas, because we stay in some stupid shit. I'm sorry. So this is where we're spending our time right now, and preparing for some other things. We unfortunately, I wake up literally just about every day with another child alert, another Amber Alert. And I don't know about where you guys are, but it's happening so often here, at least in Texas.
Amber Alerts?
Amber Alerts. I woke up to another one today. Sometimes I get like 3 a day here in Texas.
Really?
And the last one, a little girl, I mean, she's 11 years old. The guy who was accused of murdering her was guilty of sexual child enticement, but did not have to register as a sexual offender. And so,
what?
Yeah, this is. I'll be talking about it next week, but this is that bullshit.
Yeah. And why isn't now? See, I'm wondering why that's not on the news. If there are Amber Alerts going off several times a day in Texas,
that
would be something that would be quite concerning.
It is concerning. It is quite concerning. Like there is just, for me, I don't have kids of my own, but I have kids. And I tell you right now, I'm going to jail behind my kids. I let somebody, like, hey, I'm going to jail behind my kids, plain and simple. But this isn't the first time that Texas has done something where they have allowed someone to not be registered as a sex offender. Just last year, there was a preacher who was found guilty of molesting and raping this young lady. He scored a deal with the DA and does not have to register as a sex offender.
I don't understand. That doesn't make any sense.
Can I ask you a question? Now, I know not to be racist, not to. This has not come from a racist point, but it's come from established thought. Is the person a white person?
What is white privilege, Alex? For $1,000? Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah,
that's you.
That's what that is. But keep in mind that we're talking about not only a little bit of privilege, but some of these offenders and what have you, I'm gonna say it, they're in the religious body, so that's just, there's that too. But that's for next week.
God will fix it. God will take care of it.
Yeah.
My other question though, for all the people that want to succeed from the union in Texas, we can always give Texas back to Mexico.
What you trying to say, Ron? I'm sorry. I'm not understanding your statement right now. Like, I'm not getting it.
I know. There's some diehard Texans, and we're good, right? I just hope one day that all the good Texans could increase in numbers so they can overtake these idiots that are in their legislative body, because there are a lot of good Texans.
Well, Texas is huge. I mean, like, you have to realize how big it is. When people talk about like a storm in Texas, I get calls like, I'm in North Texas. That's Houston. That's a whole 4 hours away. We are not by any means close, but you get more of your Democratic. I don't want to sound elitist. I'm gonna do it. You're more independent thinkers. In your metropolitan cities, you got people in these smaller towns who do what they do. It's just, and they have very short memories. Like, stuff that's happened, I'm not even going to think about it. Not going to think about it. But if I may leave with one more popular thought here.
Yes.
Beyonce's not country, right? Like, she's not country.
No, she's not country.
And the foolishness behind Beyonce and her country album or what have you is
number one, right?
Okay, so take me now. I'm not a Beyonce fan. I'm not
either, but I love
she is
Beyonce.
a Virgo.
I like her.
She's the first Black woman to chart on the country charts at number 1.
Yeah, I did. I saw that. And I'm like, she's Houston. She's a Virgo.
She's Texan. She's Texan born and raised.
Okay, so like, I am certain if she followed the same education I had in Texas, we do go Western Day, right? Like, so you learn how to square dance in elementary school is what we did, right? And when there's Go Texas Day, you put on all your Western wear and you do your thing, and we have the rodeo, and like, that's what we do, is what we do here. My cousins were bull riders. We were on the trail ride.
Really?
Black folks is country. We are cowboys.
It's
Cowboy is the key
standard.
word there.
You know what?
Double
But here's something I learned last week about the name cowboy. That cowboy was originally a derogatory name for Black people, because Black people were the ones that were the cowhands. They took care of the cows, they took care of the horses, so they were called the cowboys, which was a derogative name. And then white people said, it's trending, we want to be cowboys too. And so cowboys became popular because it had became popular in the Black community. I did not
Can we say white appropriation of Black people's everything? I mean, like hair extensions, nails, tanning. Hello.
Can we keep anything to ourselves? I don't think so. But I mean, it's good that people. They always say the best approval, or the best way of saying someone loves you, is by imitating you. So anyway,
okay.
So Gwendolyn,
if you say so, Ron.
Do you want to stay around, or do you want me to beam you out?
I don't know. What else is going on? What else is going on today?
Stick around. Have some fun.
Stick around. Have some fun.
We got another 15 minutes.
If they want
we got 15 minutes.
We got some time. The next one I'm going to talk about, I think, Gwendolyn, you're going to like this one. But before we get there, hold on to this one. We did talk about, I think, Nikki Haley. We did talk about Nikki Haley, how she is surpassing Trump now in the campaign fundraising. So
means nothing.
But it doesn't mean anything, because Trump is pretty much in the lead in South Carolina, and he is going to probably win this.
Her calling him out is too late.
A civil fraud case in New York. New York AG could seize Trump's properties here in New York.
Come on, do it.
Here we go. There we go.
I pray that it happened.
She needs to go in there and
Is
take
yours
all
working,
that.
Chris? Is your screen
All of it.
working?
It's okay. It's okay. Take all of it.
Take it all. Take it all. Elsie, you talking about as in the things that they take from us, from fashion to cornrows to country music and hip hop is all black.
Yes, girl.
Yes, cornrows. I forgot about cornrows.
Oh my God. And Charlene says the appropriation is real. And Amparo says they're not concerned about disappearance. So okay, we got that. Okay, we got that one. We got that one. And okay, good. So what time? It's 12:01. This is gonna be a fun one for y'all. And I'm gonna share something with you on the screen. And I think this is gonna be a pretty cool conversation. Here we go. Welcome home, Franklin. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Well, you're gonna know in a moment. Here we go. Here we go. We're gonna talk about. Hopefully, we can hear it. I hope we can hear it.
I don't know, but try.
Well, yeah, you probably can't. Oh, let me. Oh, see. You can't hear it there? I can hear it. You guys can hear it?
No, you can't. We can't hear it. I think you would have to you had to pump it in like externally into your mic.
Well,
it's all right. You can talk about it though.
Let me.
Nope, no sound. It's okay. No sound.
Okay.
It's all right.
Okay, well, Franklin is back. For those that did not know who Franklin is the black kid in Charlie Brown. And so the big, first of all, there's this wonderful Instagram page that I really love. It's called Something Black Made. Does everyone know this IG account? IG account. Let me just put it in here. Hold on a second. IG. And this is a quite interesting IG account. I love it. My cousin put me onto it. Something Black Made. If you haven't seen this, it's really a cool channel on IG.
Let me look
anyway,
this up.
One of the little topics is about Franklin. Franklin gets his new show. Welcome Home, Franklin's going to be aired on Apple TV. And so the whole big thing is, I never noticed until recently in history that on the Thanksgiving Charlie Brown show, that Franklin was added into the Peanut crew because of the assassination of Martin Luther King. That's the reason why they wrote Franklin into Charlie Brown. However, they wrote him into Charlie Brown, but still with a glimpse of slight segregation. Also, what happened when they introduced Franklin into Charlie Brown comics, the actual comic that used to be in the newspaper, there was a protest around the country. Obviously, white elites did not want to see Franklin included in the Peanut Gang. Can you believe this?
Okay, so here's you saying that now, and I actually went back and just watched the video you put up. You see him on the opposite side of the table with no one else.
And he sits on the, so when you look at the Thanksgiving footage of Franklin, he is on the other side of the table, and the other kids are on the other side of the table with the dog. So everyone's talking about like Franklin didn't even get enough recognition to even be appropriated to be, get the level of appreciation. Even Snoopy was on the side with the people. So now Franklin has his own show, and in this new segment, they have Franklin moving from the other side of the table and joining the rest of the kids at the table. What says you? I can't wait to hear what y'all have to say about this one. No, it's crickets. No one's talking about Franklin. Am I the only one that's like, wow, I didn't know that? First of all, I did not know. There it is. Yeah. I mean, Franklin's at the table now. But I did not know Franklin was added to the Peanut crew because of Martin Luther King's assassination.
Very interesting.
That was a newfound fact for me. And did anyone else know that about the Peanuts? I'm gonna always.
I didn't know why he was added. I didn't know that he was added for that reason.
Yeah,
and it was much later when people like notes. I mean, as a kid, we just watched cartoons.
Right.
Yeah.
We watched a lot of racist cartoons. As you look at it, racist and violent and a little sexist, but you know. So for me, I appreciate the change, but it's kind of like it's performance. You know, it's the same thing where they went through in the home industry, removing the term master bedroom. It's the word. In that regard, it's a word. Like, if you're going to really make change, then make real change. I mean, it's just, I appreciate it. It doesn't change how people are still acting out here and what's happening in our daily lives. It doesn't impact that. Is it a start? Perhaps. But
yeah, Charlene mentions, I didn't realize that everybody was in a chair except for Franklin. Franklin was in a lawn chair.
Yeah.
So there's some things you don't even recognize as a child.
Well, I mean, as children, you're not thinking along those terms.
A black kid. I was excited because it was a black kid. I was like Franklin.
You're not thinking like that. I mean, and not until you go back and look at a lot of things. Now oh wow, like that's what really happened.
Yeah, it was quite shocking. I just thought it was interesting. I thought it was fascinating. The subject, it came up. It was on the channel, and I said, "Oh, this is interesting. I never saw this. What is this talking about?" And then, Franklin is at the table now. So anyway, just thought. I mean, but if you're interested in this channel, IG channel that gives you this interesting perspectives about life in America, try Something Black Made. It really connects things that are happening in America with Black tradition and Black occurrences and things that are happening. So check it out. It has like 641,000 followers. So it is popular. I think it's worth checking out. Okay, I think that's no one. Well, there are some comments here. So let's go to the comments. Elise says, I knew the history. I also knew that Charles Schwartz was nervous about adding a Black character because he has so little interaction with Black people. Ooh.
We need to get Elsie on.
Bring Elsie on. You know, Elsie has a lot to say too. Here it is. Charlene says social media really brought up the subject about Franklin not being part of the table. Yeah. I did not. A lot of people were observing the cartoon. I don't think any of us knew that in the cartoon when we were watching it growing up.
Well, I think to Chris's point, as a kid, you don't, depending on where you are raised, you don't really recognize racism and being different and things of that nature until someone teaches you that. So we just watched cartoons. We just played music. I'm sure a lot of us of a certain age listened to Culture Club and Wham. We were playing Debbie Gibson at the exact same time, rocking out to Run DMC. We understood what crossover meant. It didn't even it didn't have a color, but music was just music.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until you got older or you had a situation or an incident that threw racism smack dab in your face. That's when you're like, oh, wait a minute. I've never had that before. And then you find your parents talking about X, Y, and Z. So as a child, you watch a cartoon, you just watch a cartoon. You don't always pick up on, like, I went back and watched an old episode of the Flintstones. There's an episode with the money laundering.
Really?
Yes. Wilma was in there passing these bad $100 bills and stuff and taking it back. And I was like, I didn't know that, but I know it now as an adult.
Well, the saying is that most cartoons that we grew up with was not for children. They were for adults.
It wasn't.
They just happened to be cartoons, but they were entertainment for adults. Like my father loved Top Cat. And I was like, what in the I mean, I never got into the cartoon Top Cat, but my father was like, every time Top Cat came on, he was at the TV. And I was like, what the heck is going on with Top Cat? Does anyone, I know this is really older than me almost, but anyone ever heard of Top Cat? Has anyone heard of Top Cat? Oh my goodness. Or Felix the Cat?
We know Felix.
Cameron Felix.
Yeah.
I mean, even like the Jetsons, I don't think they had any black people on the Jetsons either. And they're supposed to be in the future.
Oh, that was always the future.
That was like one of my favorite cartoons.
the rolling joke when we were kids in high school is that, oh, there are no black people in the future. Because there were no black people.
Like I said, as a child, you're not thinking along those lines. You just see characters that you love and you just want to watch because it was amusing to you for whatever reason. But not until you get older, you're like, wait a minute. It's just like Friends. Like there were no black people in Friends. I'm not a fan of that show anyway, but there's no black people in that. Like when I got older and we started seeing like Living Single and the Cosby Show, like that's something that you can like, oh, I see myself.
Yeah.
But then we all know that first of all, Omar says Fred and Barney did cigarette commercials. Who knew? I didn't know that. Fred and Barney did cigarette commercials? Holy moly. Why?
Well, if I may say, like, candy cigarettes were a big popular thing back when I was growing up. Like, you try to blow out a little sugar to get the smell.
I remember those. And they came in the little white box and they had the little pink tips. And you would... it was the times. I mean, growing up, that was like you could go to the store and buy beer for your parents when you were little. Yeah. You know what I mean? Go to the corner store. It was. I mean, when I was young, it wasn't a law that you had to wear a seatbelt.
No,
they were in the car, but you didn't have to wear it. I mean, like these are all the signs of the times when we grew up.
This is. I always said this to also, like Lisa said, the Flintstones was a cartoon version of the Honeymooners.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree.
So now that we've gone down cartoon alley, I see here. I see some people do know Felix the Cat. Yeah, okay. Everyone knows Felix the Cat. And Elsie says she remembers Top Cat. Okay. How many people remember Underdog?
I don't remember that one.
Where's my underdog been? Oh, well, where could he be?
See, I was more into like Thundercats. Thundercats, I think it blurred cultural and racial lines because, like, Panther always kind of gave me like the black guy.
Yes.
So it kind of blended those type of things, those spaces.
Well, Ninja Turtles, right? Was Ninja
Turtles? I believe they were somewhat black or they were mixed.
Yeah, they were mixed. I think they were Spanish. I think they were Spanish and black, and one white boy.
You have to guess.
You have to guess who they are, but I think the pizza guy was the black guy. I mean, what do you say? Oh my God. I love Voltron. I never saw Voltron.
That was my favorite. Okay, now granted, they were all white, but like that was a technology and futuristic.
Voltron. Yeah. Voltron.
I never saw Voltron.
Are you serious?
You never saw Voltron?
I guess I had grown up by then.
Voltron on Netflix.
I'm 10 years older than most of you folks. I was already in high school onto other things.
What does that mean? You can still watch cartoons in high school?
No, I didn't watch that. I didn't watch that in high school. Yeah, no.
Check out Netflix. Netflix has Voltron on it.
I'm going to check it out. I'm going to check out Voltron. I never heard of it. Does anyone remember Pinky and the Brain?
Everybody loves Pinky and the Brain and Animaniacs.
Yes.
Yeah. Who do love Animaniacs?
Animaniacs, yes. And everybody knows about Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, and Ren and Stimpy. So you can be in high school watching cartoons.
Hold on. Can we go back? Tom and Jerry. Now you look back, it was a violent show.
It was violent.
That one and Speedy. What was it? Coyote and
Oh
what
yeah,
was the other?
Wiley Coyote and the Roadrunner.
Violent.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you loved it.
We loved
I mean,
it.
you know
We
he would get hurt every week and die, but he would come back to life.
That's right, the Roadrunner. Who watched the Incredible Hulk?
He beat.
I used to love the Incredible Hulk. Because we're going, someone says, Courageous Cat and Minute Mouse. I remember that. I remember Courageous
Mighty
Cat.
Mouse.
No, there was a Minute Mouse, not a Mighty. This is a Minute Mouse.
I don't remember that one.
I remember this one, Charlene. I'm with you on that one.
Oh, Amparo. G-Force. Yes, I remember that one.
Oh, G-Force. Oh.
With the bird wings.
Yes.
And then the beach. Wow, we are really dating ourselves here.
Yeah, we're going all in. We're going all in. This is how we're going to end this day. I knew this would be a good way. I knew Franklin would open up something here. Lisa Seeley says, the Bugs Bunny was definitely sexually harassing the girl Bunny. Ooh.
And even the skunk.
He was harassing.
Yeah.
The skunk. What was his name again?
Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew. Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was sexual harassment too.
That's very much harassment.
Oh my gosh, I love you.
He was getting Trump vibes.
Oh, that was Trump vibe. Yeah. Pulling her, holding her, grabbing her, squeezing her arm as she squeezes out. Yes.
And wasn't it a cat? It was the cat that had like white paint that fell on her. And he thought it was the skunk, and he was like chasing her all over town.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, for those that are new to this community, this is Thursday. We just hang out. This is really the true Touch Base Daily vibe. We get to really hang out and let our hair down. For those that are in Instagram, you might want to come over to YouTube for a better experience, but also so you can subscribe and like. If you enjoyed today's program, if you enjoyed today spending time with this community, hit the like button. It helps a lot. And here's another one. Batman and animated series was my show. I love
absolutely.
Batman
and Robin was my childhood heroes.
Yeah, it's interesting how DC was great at cartoons, but not as good in movies. Yeah,
live action was it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, Marvel is
they're
great
rebooting the series again, the whole franchise again. They're rebooting it because they actually brought in new people. As a matter of fact, the guy that plays Superman, Cavalier, what's his first name?
Is it Robert? Is it Robert?
No. Well, everyone knows what I'm talking about. The guy who's recently been playing Superman, he's no longer playing. They're rebooting the series again and bringing someone new in.
How many people play Superman?
Superman, the Hulk.
Well, that's not the best person to play because that's always been a doomed character. Whoever plays him always ends up getting hurt.
Really?
Think about it, Christopher Reeves.
That's
you know,
right, they all got hurt,
or they died in some weird way.
I never made the connection to.
It was always a cursed role. Whoever got that role, they ended up their demise was not good.
Oh. I did not know.
Look them up.
Oh, man.
Cavalier's the only one so far that has had a good run at it. It might have been not the best movies, but still.
Leah said, when you watch Batman now, the sets, everything is so primitive, but we loved it growing up. Batman was awesome as a cartoon. Batman and Friends was excellent. My next door neighbor used to come over to my house just to look at Batman and Friends. You're like, yo, it's what are you doing? It's 11 o'clock at night. It's 11 o'clock at night, and he's calling me out. He lives like 3 blocks over. Yo, what are you doing? It's time for Batman and Friends. What are you doing? I'm like, it's 11 o'clock at night. I'm gonna go to bed. Yo, look at Batman. And then they start going on marathons. Anyway,
hold on, I'll give you one. Well, you remember Darkwing Duck?
Oh, Darkwing Duck.
Oh,
DuckTales. Which one was the one with Baloo?
Yeah.
The bear pilot, Baloo.
whoa.
Y'all
You
remember
guys
that?
got a hope. What's this? Henry Cavill?
Cavill. Thank you, Bryson. Henry Cavill.
That's his name.
Yeah. I know it's Cavill or Cavalier, something like that.
Wonder Twin Powers. What?
Activate.
Okay, it's time for us to get back to work.
Way too much fun today. It's good to end on a great note like this, though.
Lee says Eartha Kitt was the best Catwoman ever. She was.
She was.
Yes.
She was good. Can I leave a plug, Ron, before I ditch and get my recording on? Since we're talking about representation, tomorrow I'm doing a special episode of Girl Listen with Rex.
Yes, you are with Rex. Girl, listen.
Listen, that is going to be fun.
Oh my goodness.
I am like new in our community. We really do support each other in this community. We look at a Dr. Tachi show. We look at anyone that's got something going on. But you really have to check out Gwendolyn's Girl.
It's Girl.
It's Girl.
Girl. Yeah.
Girl. But you have to check it out because there's some. Gwendolyn really spends a lot of time in listening to her world and what conversations would be great conversation pieces to talk about. Was it last week you talked about farting?
I think a few weeks ago. It's about having healthy couple relationships, and people act as if we don't do these things.
Yes.
Oh, please, all the time.
Let's be real about what's happening when you share a space with somebody. That's all.
Yes. So it's
I'm tuning in just for the cussing tomorrow. That's what I'm tuning in for.
It's gonna be, I love Rex's art. It literally does leave me speechless. It does. Like every time he shares something on Instagram, I am just like, damn, man, like
Rex is an amazing artist, photographer.
Yes. So we're going to talk about framing the change, right? We're going to talk about using photography as a tool for advocacy. So I'm excited to have that conversation tomorrow. Bring your cocktails. Bring your cocktails.
Gwendolyn, Omar has recognized your medals on your back wall.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Could you give us a glance at your medals?
Yeah.
All those marathons you've ran and all those
marathons, half marathons, 10K, 15K, 6K. We have done all the things.
Medal down. She is a runner.
I was a Girl Scout. Girl Scout love badges, stickers, medals. We be on, Girl Scouts. You know how we collect shit.
That beer probably is from the Jungle Book. Oh, you guys have so much in here, guys. It's so much in here, but I gotta let everybody go. It's almost 12:30. And I have to
I gotta go.
Yeah, I know. We gotta get you out of here. Guys, thank you so much. Well, first of all, just some announcements really quick as we head out of here. We have coming up again this Saturday we're meeting at the Brooklyn Museum. RLP Urban Photographers Meetup will be at the Brooklyn Museum on February 24th, which is this Saturday coming up, from 2 to 4. That's where we'll be gathered together. But you can go early to enjoy we're going to see the exhibition called Giants, art from the Dean collection of Swiss Beats and Alicia Keys. We'll be meeting there. So go to if you go to my link tree, you'll be able to click on that and do an RSVP so we'll know how many people are going to be showing up so we can gather together in one area. We're gathering together in the front, but at least you'll know where we are, and then we can just move out together, enjoy the exhibition together from 2 to 4. Then after that, we are probably going to get something to eat after. It is my birthday weekend, so tomorrow I turn the big 6-0. Woo! 6-0.
Where has the time gone?
Where has all the time gone? And then also, if you are in New York City and you want to check out Long Journey Forward, Black Men in Passage, please go check that out. It's a wonder exhibition. It is there to March 9th, but check it out. Take your sons, take your daughters, but really, I love the idea of you take that's a great father and son, dad and uncle, son and uncle, nephew. Go to this exhibition at the Wilmore Jennings Gallery on 219 East 2nd Avenue, 2nd Street in Alphabet City, Lower East Side of New York City. And so, guys, that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this time of our Touch Base Daily. We had some fun, as we always do here. Thank you, Gwendolyn, for popping in and being a part of the panel and our hosting here. Thank you, Chris, for being here, as you always are. Tomorrow is Friday. We are focusing on the Project 2025. So read up on that so we can have a discussion about it and what you think, where we're going as a country, and what could happen if the powers that be get their way. So let's do that. I see in here some of the, okay, good. We caught up on all the chat. Everyone's saying happy birthday and all the other stuff. Okay, so let me pop this off the screen. And I think we're all cleared. And we are going to say goodbye. So, guys, thank you again so much. Later.